This is Jenoir Lynne here with BMORENEWS, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth. I'm here now with Miss Wanda Draper, the Director of Public Affairs at WBAL TV. Thank you so much for meeting with me.
I'm delighted.
All right, I just want to ask you a few questions about this past Tuesday's gubernatorial election.
Okay.
Were you surprised by the outcome at all?
I was somewhat surprised because the signs were that the race was going to be a little closer than it was.
Mm-hmm.
So I was probably expecting a closer race. As a matter of fact, we had hunkered down to be here for a long evening, expecting that the race was going to be close.
Mm-hmm.
And to have the race called so early, we were all a little bit surprised. But I think when you looked back, hindsight's 2020. When you look back at the campaigns and the way they were run and what was going on, and when you started to see one candidate pull ahead of the other, that was kind of a sign.
Yeah, yeah. Now, do you think that the voters were more focused on voting Democrat, or do you think that it was more, they were focused on the real issues that the candidates were talking
I
about?
really don't think voters in this election voted for party.
Mm-hmm.
Some people think that, well, it was the Republican wave. And in other states in the country, you may have seen that.
Mm-hmm.
In Maryland, you didn't see that.
Right.
You saw people voting for candidates and issues as opposed to voting for party. And I think the reason that we saw the gap with O'Malley winning by such a large margin
Mm-hmm.
is the fact that people looked at what he did. I think they looked at what he is doing currently and basically decided they wanted him to finish what he started.
Right, right. Now that the Republicans have taken over the House, what do you think what type of effect do you think that will have on the 2012 presidential election?
I think it'll have a major effect on the 2012 election, and I think one of two things can happen. The thing that we would all like to see happen is that they put all their marbles in the barrel and play together.
Mm-hmm.
Is that likely to happen? I think not, because I really think it's all about getting Obama out of the White House. It's
Mm-hmm.
not about health care. It's not about the economy. It's not about a war in the Middle East. It's really about we've got to take back the White House. So I think it's more of a power struggle. If in fact they could get over the power struggle and work on the issues, it would be a wonderful thing.
Mm-hmm.
Realistically, from the rhetoric that we've heard from them, I don't expect that to be the case. I expect now that everything that the Obama administration tries to do, they will make every attempt to block or to hold up. I think that they will make him use his veto power to paint him with a negative picture
Mm-hmm.
so that he is not a positive looking candidate for 2012. And I think we're going to see more of this back and forth. I think the electorate spoke. We want you guys solving the issues facing this country. But I think the politicians are in political mode, and I don't think they'll get that message.
Okay.
I would love for them to.
Right, right. Now you mentioned the power struggle in the White House. Do you think that there is a real chance that President Obama will be reelected?
Oh, I think there is a chance that he'll be reelected. I think we saw this before. We've seen this in the Clinton administration. We saw it in the Reagan administration,
Mm-hmm.
where the president has to move center. And I think that is definitely what will happen because he really is the kind of person that likes to get things done. He's not going to want to be locked in struggle and battle. He's going to really want to get things done, and he's going to recognize that he's got to move center. When he moves center, then they look bad if they don't respond.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that there will be some coming together and some meeting of the minds on some things because in the end, they really have to do what's best. If we had a flourishing economy and everything was going great, we could have these little battles over silly things that didn't matter. It would be different. That's not the case. We're battling for our lives, for our everyday struggle. And I think those battles are just too important for them to ignore.
Right, right. Well, thank you so much for meeting with me. It's been a pleasure.
A pleasure meeting
All
you,
right,
and
thank
I
you.
wish you well.
Thank you. All right, this is Jenoir Lynne signing off for BMORENEWS, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth.